All right, well, here we go. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going over the Greater Phoenix Metropolitan Market statistics for the week ending actually Friday, December 12th, and I'll be doing another one this coming Friday prior to the holiday to send out to you guys. But this also includes the November 2025 quick look. We're going to briskly go through this because we have a lot on the plate today. So please look at your closed Facebook groups for this later today. So here we go. Across the board this past week, 77 days closed on market. We have a 3.67 month supply. Absorption rate was at 27.65. Average list price this past week, 762. 415. Average sale price this past week, 676, 335, and our list price to sale price retention at 97.09. Active inventory continued to decline. We're at 24,397. Pending is at 3420, and closed units for the month of December, 2359. Looking at new listings taken this past week, 1,558. Days on market is at 92 for active and 77 for closed. Looking at the lower left-hand side, this is obviously just for closed products. So I want you guys to see this. And again, this is for the month of November. So this is what the totals were for the month of November by price range, and also it shows you the days on market for each of those. So I thought this was a pretty cool little thing. And looking at it from a complete perspective, those properties that closed this past month were 71.75% were under 600,000. Properties between $1 million and 600 were at 18.63 and 9.63 for $1 million and up. So quickly going down the left-hand side here, 1558 is what we got. We were at 1667, but look, last year we were at 1423. So we're actually about 130 more homes listed this past week than the year prior. That's a good sign. It means sellers are actively engaging, and ironically, this is also taking place during the holidays. So that, again, this is usually much less than that. Looking at active inventory, 24,397, that's comprised of 467 coming soon properties, 18,386 single-family non-distressed, 2,735 new home construction properties, 23,976 non-distressed. And of course, looking at our short sales, the foreclosures and lender-owned property, you can see that they represent still approximately 1.6% of it's growing to every bit, just a very, very little bit. Looking at pending, we're sitting at 3,420. That means there's 3,420 buyers actually in escrow at any one time. We are at 3,086. You got 200 more listings coming in. It's not really applicable, but you've also got approximately 360 more people in escrow right now than we had last year this same time. So it is still indicative of the positiveness of Powell's conversations, the positiveness of the fact that people are actively engaging buying homes. Closed inventory, like we said, so far 2359 for the month. Taking a look at month supply, this past week was a 3.67. That's pretty brisk. You haven't seen a 3 anything in the last 5 months. So we are clearly back close. 4 and under is a seller's market. Where are we at? 3.67. Enough said. Let's go down here to median sale price at 485. This is a $10,000 less than it was the week before, and that just means of the properties that closed that past week, the average price ranges overall were down. Taking a look at list price, sale price retention, to accomplish that, to have those good numbers, sellers had to give up a little more. So they were giving up almost a total of 3% versus only 2.7, 2.8% the week before. So let's look at November as a quick brisk through. 7,310 new listings taken. That was down 3.1% year over year. So we actually took fewer listings, although the week over week analysis is good. The month analysis for the month of February, we took a couple hundred less listings. We're at 28,000 was the average inventory count. Remember, that also includes contingency sales under contract and pending, which I don't include on the left side. 4,226 pending properties, 5,124 a year before, so fewer overall buyers in the marketplace last month than in a year prior. Also, you can also see the cyclical cycle, 4880 in the month of October. November, we're at 4226. It would be reasonable to see December even contract greater. Just because we're in that holiday cycle. 5,413 is the numbers we ended up closing for the month of November versus 52. Again, another green month. So overall, you can say you can take each individual aspect of this, but when you just look at the closed aspect of this, we're doing better than we did last year, and I think that's important. Taking a look at month supply, 5.18 is where we were. Clearly, a mid-range in between a buyer and seller's market. Looking at 450,000 is where we also. This has been pretty consistent. Look your eyes to the right in that same red box at the very next to the green box. You'll see 450,000 2 months in a row. You'll also see $450,000 last month. So what we're saying basically is the median price of properties in the greater Phoenix metropolitan market, at least for the month of November, October, November, third quarter, fourth quarter of last year versus fourth quarter of this year, is about the same. The market has not increased. If anything, the average prices have come down, and it's time for the property in the markets to turn around and go the other way. So those are the numbers this past week. If you want this historical comparison in great detail, you can see this on the version that you'll catch online. It's already completed. It'll be up shortly after our presentation today. But that's the numbers for now, Mike.
I appreciate it as always.